The Secret of the Old Clock, originally published in 1930, marks the inception of the Nancy Drew series, comprising nearly 200 titles featuring the teenage girl sleuth. Conceived as a counterpart to the Hardy Boys, this enduring series has seen various ghostwriters, all under the collective pseudonym Carolyn Keene, contribute to its rich literary tapestry. The books enjoyed immediate success, with Nancy Drew becoming an exceptionally beloved character, leading to a continuous stream of new stories that are still being written and published to this day. The franchise has expanded beyond mystery novels to encompass graphic novels, cookbooks, film adaptations, and video games. Two versions of The Secret of the Old Clock exist. In the original 1930 narrative, 16-year-old Nancy Drew has recently graduated from high school. She is the intelligent and independent daughter of Carson Drew, a prosperous lawyer, and is well versed in the expectations of class and dignity that come with affluence. However, when an acquaintance of the Drew family, Josiah Crowley, passes away, his missing will stirs controversy. In the absence of the will, Josiah's fortune goes to the Topham sisters, who exhibit nouveau riche snobbery and poor manners. Meanwhile, the Turner family, the rightful heirs, face financial hardship without their inheritance. Unable to tolerate this injustice, Nancy makes it her mission to help the Turners locate the missing will. During a contentious encounter with the Topham sisters at a department store, where an expensive vase is accidentally broken, Nancy seizes the opportunity to delve into Josiah's life. She interviews his family, friends, and household staff in search of clues regarding the will's whereabouts. An elderly lady hints at a clue hidden within the family's old clock, but the Tophams now occupy the Crowley house, making it challenging for Nancy to access the clock. When Helen Corning, a friend of Nancy's, solicits her assistance in selling raffle tickets for a charitable cause, Nancy decides to approach the Tophams with the tickets as an excuse to further her investigation. Under the guise of reconciliation, Nancy approaches the Topham sisters and persuades them to support a charitable cause. They extend an invitation into their home, where she initiates a conversation about the missing old clock. To Nancy's surprise, the sisters inform her that the clock was recently stolen. With her friend Helen attending a nearby summer camp near the Topham summer residence, Nancy seizes the opportunity to investigate the property. During her search, she is apprehended by the burglars. As they become intoxicated on illegal alcohol, a product of the Prohibition era, Nancy manages to locate the clock and make a daring escape. With the will now secured, Josiah's fortune rightfully passes to the Turners, and Nancy takes satisfaction in witnessing the Tophams fall from their undeserved social pedestal. In 1959, The Secret of the Old Clock was reimagined to rebrand the character of Nancy Drew. Aged up to 18, Nancy exhibits a more graceful and less confrontational demeanor toward others. Racial stereotypes were eliminated, and references to alcohol were removed to align with changing sensibilities. The storyline was modernized, with Nancy now driving a convertible car and offering voice lessons instead of dressmaking. The emphasis at the story's conclusion shifts towards the Turner family's joy at receiving their inheritance rather than Nancy's delight in seeing it taken away from the Tophams. Following this 1959 rebranding, the original Nancy Drew series continued until 1985. In these narratives, Nancy remained a refined, mild-mannered, yet brilliantly intelligent and talented young woman. Her encounters with mysteries occurred either by chance or through her father's legal work as a lawyer. While she was often accompanied by her close friends, Bess and George, or her longtime boyfriend, Ned, Nancy remained proactive, courageous, and self-reliant in solving her cases. Following the conclusion of the original series, Nancy Drew continued her adventures in the spin-off series, The Nancy Drew Files, which introduced elements of romance and increased tension, occasionally portraying Nancy as more vulnerable when confronting the criminals she pursued. In 1995, Nancy embarked on her college journey in the Nancy Drew on Campus series, a departure from traditional mysteries. These narratives leaned more towards soap operas, emphasizing romance and interpersonal relationships. Both the Nancy Drew Files and Nancy Drew on Campus series garnered mixed reviews and were eventually discontinued in 1998. In 2003, a new series called Girl Detective attempted to bring Nancy closer to her original persona. While these stories retained elements of classic Nancy Drew, they also incorporated modern touches such as her driving a hybrid car and using a cell phone. Some critics found fault with these tales, noting that they presented Nancy with seemingly trivial mysteries, like unraveling the mystery of ruined zucchini in Without a Trace. However, a graphic novel series, running from 2005 to 2011, showcased a contemporary Nancy taking on more substantial criminal cases. After the conclusion of the Girl Detective series in 2011, Nancy returned in 2013 with the Nancy Drew Diaries. This ongoing series has faced criticism for altering Nancy's character, depicting her as more juvenile and reluctant to solve mysteries, often claiming to be on a break from such pursuits. In the realm of film adaptations, four Nancy Drew films were released in the 1930s, receiving mixed reviews. In 2007, a movie starring Emma Roberts simply titled Nancy Drew depicted Nancy working to solve a murder mystery. A new Nancy Drew film series is currently in production by Warner Brothers, with a scheduled release in 2019. Despite the challenges and shifts in portrayal over nearly 90 years, Nancy Drew remains an iconic and widely recognized cultural figure. She has served as a personal role model for influential women like Sonia Sotomayor, Hillary Clinton, and Sandra Day O'Connor. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.